Hi, welcome back to Walanjo Money Channel, where I try to help you make money. Okay, so you want to make a profit? We're gonna talk about profit making now. Profit making, profit sharing, same thing. So profit is the best. Last video I said salary. Salary was good, but profit is the best. So if you want to make really good money, you need to be making profit. Forget about salary, but you have to make salary before you make profit, because you're gonna take that salary and turn it into profit. So now, in order for you to make a profit, you have to be in business. You know, you've probably seen a lot of people out there in business. I mean, everybody's in business. There are a lot of businesses out there. Actually, as a matter of fact, right now, you're either working for a business or you own a business yourself. So, and that's the fact. But how do they start? How do these people start making money? I mean, my goal is to try to get you to start making money and using, start making profit. And if you have to start making profit, you have to be in business. So how do I start making money, or how do I start a business? That's the big question. You understand? So the first thing that you need to know is you have to sit down and come up with a very good idea. An idea that is going to solve all the problems. If you want to make a lot of money right now, just figure out an idea right now that is going to solve everybody's problem. Boom. If you get that idea, call me. We'll just be making money right now. You never have to work a day in your life. You have to come up with an idea. So when you come up with that idea now, you have to look for people. People have, ideas. Is not just gonna get up and waka. No. When you come up with an idea, you need to look for money to fund that idea. Or if you don't have an idea, and if you have a very good product, if you can come up with a very good product, it's product and services. You either selling something to make money, to make a business, or you're providing services. Ideas are like services. Like, okay, like let's say all of us are in YouTube now. YouTube was an idea that these guys came up with, and they're making a lot of money. Now, somebody came up with an idea to make bags, like designer bags. They're making a lot of money. The things that we sell every day, things that we buy every day, especially food stuff. Food stuff is a very, if you stay in a place where you think that you look around and you see that there's a need, you have to look for a need in that environment where and look if there's somebody providing that service. If you stay like in a village and you realize that this food is hardly around, and I know how to get it cheap and bring it to the village and sell it for a little bit more and make money, that now you're in business. If you live in a city and when you go to the village and a cup of gari is 200 naira and it's in the city is 800 naira, you're thinking now you can go to the village and get that cup of gari for 200 naira, pay transportation for 100 naira to the city, sell it for 800 naira, you're making 400 naira. Easy. That's just the basic concept of business. So when you come up with that idea, now you need to fund the idea. You need to get somebody who has money. If you don't have money, you need to get somebody who has money. Your family members, your friends, they're gonna help you, fund that idea. Put money into that idea. Now, remember when I said last video, I said salary was good. Imagine now that you have a salary. Now you can fund your idea. Imagine that you were saving, you were working, you were not living above your means, you were not chopping life and driving big cars and living in big houses. Now you have money saved. That money that you have saved now, you can take that money now, and that your idea, now you can take some of that money now and you can fund that idea and you can double it. I'll give you an example. I'm just going to give you a very simple example, like cake. For example, people that make cake. Okay, let's have a job and I've saved like maybe $5,000 and I want to start a cake business. I can take $1,000 from that, my $5,000, and I can go into a shop, or I can take $1,000. I mean, I don't know if $1,000, 1,000 naira, 1,000 CFA, wherever you are. I can take 1,000 of that money and go into a shop. If I know how to make cake, because cake is a skill, I already have that skill. I know how to make cake. I go into a shop, I grab my cake things, and I spend $1,000 or 1,000 naira or 1,000 CFA. I spend that money and I make a cake, and then I take that cake, now all the cakes that I made, and I come out and I sell it for 2,000 naira. So I've spent 1,000 and I've made my cake. I sell it for 2,000. Even if the time that it cost me to make the cake, I will take, let's say, 500. I've doubled my money. You see how business people make money? It's really, really easy to say, but to do it is very, very, very difficult to do it. You have to be really, really committed. You have to be really, really disciplined. You have to, if you want to do this, you have to get in with your 2 feet. You have to sit down, think about it, calculate the risk, know the population, do your market research, make sure that all your T's and I's are dots, T's are crossed, I's are dots. Make sure that you're not going to get into something that after 1 year or after a couple of months, you're going to be bored about it and you're going to pull out. Business is not like that. If you want to make a profit, you have to be really, really disciplined. And you have to think long term. You don't think, today I'm going to start making money. No, 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 no. Actually, as a matter of fact, when you get into business, when you start doing business, you have to build clientele. You have to build you have to start building people, building clientele, because that clientele that you're building, you're compounding it, and that's the people that are going to support your business 10 years from today, because you're going to reach out back to them. Remember, I was selling this thing and you came and bought it, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, and then they'll refer you, and then that is how business works. Okay? So if you want to do business, you have to really, really, you have to be really abnormal. People who do business are abnormal people. They don't follow the rules of life. Like, they're not like people that go to school, after school, they go get a job. No, no, no. These are people that, even when they go get a job, they're always thinking of doing something different. They're always thinking of, they have a dream, they have a vision, they want to change. They've seen something that they want to change. You have to be one of those people if you want to really make money and succeed. You have to look for a solution. You have to look for a solution for a problem that you think that you can solve this problem. There's so many problems in this world right now. And if you can just figure out one solution, invest on that solution, and solve that problem, you're going to be very good in business. Okay? So now, if you don't have money at all, you don't want to start, you don't have salary, there are a lot of business out there that you can do without money. You understand? There's so many business there you can do. You can just be, I'll give you an example. You can just be like, what I was thinking about something. You can be like a delivery boy. You can just go to somebody and say, hey, I can help deliver your package and you pay me. You don't need any income to do that. Delivery people, you just say, hey, I can deliver your package. Pay me, let me take your package from point A to point B. Also, you can, if you're in the village, you can go and work somebody's farm. You can go and say, hey, you know what? I can help you with your farm. Give me some money. I'll go clear your farm for you. In the cities, you can be a cleaner. You can walk into somebody's house and say, hey, you know what? I see that, do you need a cleaner? Do you need a house help? Anything, you just have to start from somewhere, but it has to be burning inside of you. You have to know your why you want to do the business, and you have to be solving a problem. If you're not solving a problem, you're not going to be good with, because when you do something that you're solving a problem and then you see the reaction of your customers, it would motivate you to stay in business, So, business is not as easy as people think, but you have to be ready. If you're ready, you'll be very, very good at it, So something that a lot of business people forget, especially when they're in business, is reminders. You know, when you already build your clientele, you're already enjoying your fruits of your labor. It takes a lot of time. Do not, let your guard down, because it takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of discipline. If you want to make money quick in business, it's not gonna work. That's why people fail. They start a business, they fail. They start a business, they fail. But what I was gonna say is that when you build your clientele and you have a lot of people on your on your contact list, and they're constantly buying from you, also constantly be keeping in touch with them. Always call them and check on how they are doing. Just send them a text and say, hey, how is family? How is everybody doing? By the time you know it, they'll be like, oh yeah, they will remind you. Will remind they will remind. They'll be reminded that, oh, this is Mr. Walanjo that does this, and if I need something, I will call him. You're just calling to say hi. Just calling to say hi is a very good business practice, and it can help you a lot on your journey to make money in profit. So, as I said, profit is the best. Forget about salary. Once you get your money and you want to start your business, and if you can do it, go for it. We're going to talk about a lot of ways that we can do it, and we're going to talk about a lot of ways that a lot of businesses that we can also we can also start with little money. I'm not talking about big business. We have to start from somewhere, small. Okay. I hope I passed the point clear. I hope everything. If you have questions, answers, if you have any concerns, just reach out to us, drop a comment, share, like. Let's keep growing. Let's keep putting ideas out there. But as I said, business is the best. Business is the best. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.